All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word of truth and sincerity. And Shalom to you believers out there, the Aki and Wa'agwath. And what I wanted to get into in this lesson is, you see, I got Ecclesiastes 24 pulled up, and it's going into the wisdom. All right, of course, the wisdom of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which the laws, statutes, and commandments was given to us, the Israelites. And when we broke those laws, of course, we were separated from that wisdom, from that knowledge, that understanding. All right, and I want to go into it because this is a beautiful chapter. And Lord willing, this be edifying and uplifting. Now, when you read, starting at verse 1, it says, wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people. Okay? Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people. And this was what was supposed to happen between us Israelites. Okay? It was supposed to be praised. It was supposed to be glory in the midst of the Israelites. Let me continue on. In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power. I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud. I dwelt in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. I alone compassed the circuit of heaven and walked in the bottom of the deep, in the ways of the sea and in all the earth, and in every people and nation I got a possession. With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. So you see all of these allegories, all right, of wisdom. All right, and wisdom could be, akin to Yahweh Shai as well. Okay, but wisdom was given a commandment by the Heavenly Father to what? To rest among the Israelites. And this is why, our people is in a big pickle right now, because they don't dwell with that wisdom. Let me go here to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 4, starting at verse 5, it says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. All right, this is Moses talking. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation. See, and this is exactly why our people, it's not looked at as a wise and understanding people. And I've been bringing this precept up for like the past 3 lessons, but hey, it's so very true. This is why the other nations look at us the way they do. Matter of fact, let's get this. Let's go here to, let's hold that, because it said this will be your wisdom, all right, and understanding. This will be your wisdom in the sight of the nations. So let's go to Lamentations 2. But instead, since we transgress and we abhor that wisdom, let's go to Lamentations 2 and 15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the earth? Yeah, if you look at the conditions of our people right now, all right, we're looked at as thugs, the women, hoes, and harlots, and hood rats. All right, why? Because our people uphold the wisdom of this world, which is folly. They uphold all of the foolishness. All right, they uphold what? Street niggas, hood rat chicks, violence, drug dealing. That's what black culture is about. So they're in the sight of the nations, instead of them looking at us like, wow, look at them. All right, instead of them looking at us as an example how to be, they're looking at us as an example how not to be. Verse 16, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. Yes, so they, our enemies, always want us on a low level, really, because they know if we connect with our power, we'll be on top. This is what they know. They always want us in this condition. So what? The Koreans, they can sell our women the weave. The Arab can sell you the Lucy's, the blunts. And none of these other nations, whomever they may be in our communities, could keep selling us all of the poison. Okay, there's nothing wrong with drinking liquor and wine and things, but they're making a killing off of it. Okay, we're not in control of the market to sell it to our people. We don't have these stores. Okay, you might have one black-owned liquor store, maybe, but compared to the Arab or the Chaldean or the East Indian or whoever, Esau, no. So they always want us in this condition so they can use us monetarily. Okay, so now let's go back. Oh no, slack you. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 4 in verse 5. It said, no, verse 6. All right, it said, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Again, they're not saying that. They're saying the opposite. For what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh to them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? So you've seen the allegories of wisdom, right? It says the Most High is in all things, right? He places wisdom in all things, all right? But that wisdom was to dwell amongst the Israelites. And these nations were supposed to look at us as an example of that wisdom. But again, they don't. All right, so let's go back to Ecclesiastes 24. We ended off at verse 8. So let's start at verse 9. It says, he hath created me from the beginning, before the world. I shall never fail. In the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion. Likewise, in a beloved city he gave me rest, and in Jerusalem was my power. Because just think about the kingdom of heaven. Jerusalem going to be the capital. All right, and Jerusalem actually is a people before it's a place. So it says in Jerusalem was my power. Okay, and right now, besides the hopeful elect, well, the elect is roaming the earth. Besides the elect, whomever they shall be, everybody else is separated from the power. And let's go there, because even when you go to Jeremiah, for transgression, what it say, Jeremiah 2:21, it says, yet I have planted thee a noble vine, all right, holy a right seed, how art then turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine. Yeah, so think about it. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so it says what? Yet I planted thee a noble vine. In Deuteronomy 4. Matter of fact, let me see something. Something just came to mind. No, that's going to be Deuteronomy. No. Salakia. Deuteronomy 28. He planted us a noble vine. When people are noble, that means they're highborn. They're over just the average. Deuteronomy 28 in verse 1, it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. See, that's that nobility. All right, but now we're a degenerate plant, and when you go into degeneracy, it's to get worse and worse and worse and worse, and that's what you see. If you look at our people, even from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, all the way to now, our people is getting worse. Look at the condition of our men and women. They're getting worse and worse and worse. So, let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. All right, it said, I took root in the honorable people, right? And in Jeremiah 2:21, it said what? I planted thee a noble vine. And another point I want to make is being separated from our power. Let's go here to Isaiah 59. Let's see this what happened. You see it say separation from God, separation from our power. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities, sin upon sin, have separated between you and your power. And your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear you right. And part of hiding that face is what? Hiding the knowledge, hiding the wisdom, hiding the understanding. That's why Jeremiah said what? We would discontinue from our heritage. Okay? And I don't know if I finished off Jeremiah. All right, but I want to jump down to verse 7. It says, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. And when you go into the so-called black communities, Latino communities, that's what you see. Amongst the Israelites, you see a lot of blood, so-called black on black crime, gang violence. All right, you see just all type of madness, man. Jake uphold wickedness. They don't know nothing about the scriptures, or even they don't even look at our women. They don't even like guys who work regular jobs, man. They like scammers and D-boys. See, verse 8, the way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths, yeah. Whosoever go therein shall not know peace. Shall not know peace, man. And that's exactly why when people get money, what do? They move out the hood because it's no peace. In certain communities, it's better than others. But if you get in one of them crazy ass hoods, man, you ain't gonna know peace, man. There's gonna be always some gunshots, and some drama, or some rap music, all types of night. You might go to a liquor store, you want a little yan, people out there just begging. Niggas out there selling their little weed or whatever it is. It's just, man, this is the conditions of our people. All right, those crooked paths, man. So now let's go back to Ecclesiastes 24. We ended off on verse 12. Let's start at verse 13. It says, I was exalted like the cedars in Lebanon, and as Lebanon, and as a cypress tree upon the mountains of Hermon. Yeah. This is how we are supposed to exalt this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Again, Deuteronomy, what did it say? This will be your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, and they will be wild. All right, if we exalted this wisdom like cedar, and when you go into these trees, all right, cedar. Matter of fact, I looked it up. It says, cedar trees have many uses, including construction, art, and medicine. All right. Cedar is rot resistant and long lasting. And that's this knowledge. You can compare that. This knowledge is rot resistant, man. Even though you have a lot of people teaching false doctrines, the true Israelites, the elect, all right, they're going to get the sincere teachings. But you really can't do nothing with this knowledge, man. For real. The Lord, when he send it out, is going to touch the people it's supposed to touch in its purest form. And it's long lasting, yeah. You can't destroy this wisdom, man. You can't destroy the word of the Most High. Making it a good choice for siding, roofing, shingles, decking, fencing, and greenhouse construction. It is also used for outdoor furniture, boat building, and poles. So it's good for building. And what does this knowledge do? It's building us up, man. It builds us up. It shelters us. It's good for what? Construction. When you make a home, what is a home for? It's partially used for a covering. See, it said roofing, shingles. All right, you can compare that to this. It says what is rot resistant, and I read somewhere else is how it's bud resistant, But see, medicine, cedar has been used for thousands of years for its medicinal properties. The wood, berries, and leaves of cedar tree are used to treat coughs, bronchitis, joint pain, water retention, flatulence, fungal infections, and worms. Cedar tea can also be used to treat fevers and coughs. See? So it's akin to medicine, just like this wisdom. It heals you, man, spiritually. All right. It teaches you about you should not abhor the herbs. You start making your changing your diet. We have a dietary law. See? So, this wisdom, man, is nothing like it. Verse 14, it says, I was exalted like the palm tree in Engadi, and as a rose plant in Jericho. And again, I looked up, the palm tree is used for medicinal as well. And then the rose tree, all right, as well. See, palm oil uses. Let me go to the palm tree. The Lord just didn't throw those trees out there just, willy-nilly. Palm trees are versatile plants that have many uses, including food, shelter, and medicine. You notice the common thing is medicine, shelter, and then you have food, all right? See, this wisdom is akin to a shelter, a hiding place, man. And it's medicine for the soul, realistically. And it's food as well, spiritual food, man. Here are some of the uses for different parts of the palm tree. Fruit, coconut, all right? Coconuts, man. And date palms is well known, but other palms also produce edible fruit. The pulp and seeds of oil palm fruit can be crushed to make vegetable oil, which is used in many foods, all right? Sap. The fermented sap of the palm tree can be used to make palm wine, a little yan, strong drink. The sap of the nipa palm can be used to make vinegar, see? The heart of the palm tree, also known as palm cabbage, is a vegetable that can be eaten in salads, man. So all of these trees, man, have uses, man. Just like this knowledge have a use. And this is why the Lord, even when you go back to the cedar, King David used that to build his home. He used cedar of Lebanon, man, when you go into it. Okay? So continuing on, verse 14, as the rose plant in Jericho, as fair olive tree, see, the olive tree, we know we get the olives, the olive oil, in a pleasant field, and grew up as a plant tree by the water. All right? And again, we were supposed to exalt this knowledge because these trees are, highly exalted. Even when you go to the flag of Lebanon, I think the cedar tree is in the middle of that flag. And it's just lovely how the Lord, see, that's the flag of Lebanon. All right. A white field with two horizontal red stripes at the top and bottom with a green cedar tree in the center, man. Why? Because they are exalted that cedar tree for its uses. And our people don't exalt this knowledge. What do they exalt? They exalt the folly. And that's why we get what we get. What do it say in Hosea 4:6? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children, man. And this is why we in the pickle. They only uphold the knowledge of this world. Let's go here to let's hold this. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon real fast. In verse 10, all right. In verse 6 it says, when the ungodly perish, she delivered the righteous man who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities, right? And this is going into knowledge again. The wisdom is going into wisdom, all right? Let me continue on. Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bear fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. So when you go into this is going into Sodom and Gomorrah. They didn't dwell with that wisdom. All right, so guess what? The Lord took them out of there. And even to this day, you have nobody's there. And that's how America going to be. It's never going to be inhabited. America is, Sodom and Gomorrah was a prelude to America, just like the kingdom of Solomon is a prelude to the kingdom of heaven, man, if you think about it. All right, it say, and standing pillars of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. So for regarding not that wisdom, even to this day, you see what happens. Let's go from there. Let's go here. Because again, it said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And the Lord been turning his face from our people ever since then. But he is showing love to who? That remnant, man. But all the rest of the Israelites, they just going to dwell in darkness to the destruction. 1 Corinthians 1, starting at verse 19. Because this is what our people love. It says, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Yeah, you see that happening. Esau power structure is getting broken down from the outside as well as within. Is there any more wisdom in teaming? Verse 20, where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? Yeah. Look at these celebrities. They're getting ousted. Right? They thought they had, that left-hand knowledge. They thought that was going to last forever, man. Just like Esau. He transplanting heads now. And doing all type of madness, man, that he been doing, but it's going to come to naught. Because no matter what he does, his destiny is to be taken down and to go into slavery. Let's go to the 3rd chapter. What do it say? And our people that follow after them, they're going to get caught up in it as well. 1 Corinthians 3, starting at verse 18, it says, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. And that's why the people of this world can't get this knowledge, because they can't be taught. A lot of them think they know everything, especially the Lord is dealing with the lowly. So if you have somebody that have all these master degrees and all of this high fame and money, they might not humble themselves down to the teachings of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. That's why the Lord mainly dealing with the poor. And I don't mean just eating in garbage cans, but, the poor, we don't have military might, but we're regarded as nothing in this world. The underdog. Verse 19, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Yeah, Esau, Edom. They're going to be taken down. All of those military, all of those ICBMs they making to so-called protect themselves or to use to get an advantage over their enemies is going to be used to destroy their kingdom. You see what I'm saying? So now let's go back to Ecclesiastes 24. All right, we ended off on verse 14. Let's pick up at verse 15. It says, and I gave a sweet smell like cinnamon and aspalathus, and I yielded a pleasant odor like the best myrrh, as galbanum and onyx and sweet storax, and as the fume of frankincense in the tabernacle. And I love frankincense, man. All right. As the turpentine tree, I stretched out my branches, and my branches are the branches of honor and grace. All right. As the vine brought I forth pleasant savior, and my flowers are the fruit of honor and riches. And that's exactly what this knowledge bring, man. It's going to bring us honor and riches, man. Let's get that. Let's go to, oh no, I gotta stay here. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon again, chapter 7. Starting at verse 10, it says, I loved her above health and beauty. This is going into wisdom. And chose to have her instead of light. Yeah, the light of this world. The fame, the money. All right. For the light that cometh from her never goeth out. Yeah. See, look what's happened to P. Diddy. He went from sugar to shit. A lot of these celebrities, man, a lot of them, they are depressed. They're sad. They're mad. They have to compromise themselves. And they really don't have a lot of money when you get down to the brass tacks. A lot of them. That money be in paper and investments. And when I say they might have like 50 million on paper, that's when you add up everything. They don't have that in their account. But this wisdom is never going out, man. This gonna translate to the kingdom to come, to the world to come, man. And brothers who get that crown is never gonna be took. Like in this world, you can be, you can have a crown. You can be the best rapper or the best actor, and then you can fall from grace. All right, you don't do something that these elites like, and now they got charges on you from 20 years. Look at Bill Cosby, man. Look at that. Look how R. Kelly. You see what I'm saying? Look at that, man. Okay, continuing on. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. All right? Innumerable riches, man. You see what I'm saying? And I rejoice in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, and I knew not that she was the mother of them. Okay? I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches. Yeah. Brothers teaching, you know what I'm saying, going out on highways and hedges, doing these video epistles, man. They ain't you not hiding the riches. All right, you ain't hiding your talent. Okay, because this word is it's gonna stick to the elect. Okay. So now let's go from there. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 6, starting at verse 20. What do it say? It says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. Yes, Yahweh Shah said what? Hold fast till he come. Paraphrase, hold fast to what you have till he come. All right, Yahweh Shah's coming with a reward for the just and for the wicked. But for the just, what? You're going to get crowns. It's 144,000 men that's going to receive crowns for what? For honor and wisdom, man. See? And then you got 2/3 of our people that's going to get a reward of the sword, famine, things of that nature, for dishonoring wisdom, for not honoring this wisdom. But yeah, man, that's all I had. I wanted to, bring this out. Ecclesiastes 24. This is a beautiful chapter, man. And I was listening to a brother lesson, and he was going into it. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the next lesson. Shalom.